so ensem a ekoso ewo oman ni mu onsa ebeka na sani amatena se amaje akonwinje se ensem a ekoso no makwakoboaboa ebi ano ede apa ebusiafo ye ensem no entempa no ye beka kotie ensem no na yaba na matwa so ede amount.
I'd like to go down memory lane. In 2014, when I was president of Ghana, during, let me say, what we call my first coming, my vice president was Naana My education minister was Naana, who currently is my vice president. And as education minister, she led the negotiation of an agreement with the World Bank, which was called the Secondary Education Improvement Program, the SAPE. Now under the SAPE, it had different components, but I remember one of the major components was scholarships for brilliant but needy girls, support for girls in maths, education and technology, but a component of the loan was meant for a pilot program in supplying girls in school with sanitary products. It was then for the first time I got acquainted with the challenges that our girl child faces in school during their usual menstrual cycle. And it was then I learned that for many of them, for a certain number of days during the month, they refrain from going to school because they are afraid of soiling themselves and being the laughing stock of their peers. And so that pilot was undertaken, but I remember when we tried to pass it through Parliament. For the first time, it sounded very strange. And for those who were in Parliament at the time, they'll remember our opposition bench called it the pad loan, if you remember. And a lot of mockery was made that a government will go to take a loan to supply sanitary pads for girls. Because at the time, this challenge was not very well understood, even by members of Parliament. Today, I'm happy that everybody accepts that this is the right thing to do, because it is a natural process of creation. The menstrual cycle our daughters go through every month is just their identity as women. And God created them to go through that so that they can exercise their reproductive function of the human race, so that we can reproduce ourselves. And that is why every month they have to go through that inconvenience. And the least we can do is to support them and assist them with what they need to be able to go through it with dignity and with hygiene. And so I'm happy that today we've reached this point. Everybody accepts that we should invest national resources in order that our girl children can have confidence to be able to go to school without fearing that they will become the laughing stock of their friends. And so, like I said, mothers, you don't need to give your children away anymore. We will supply them with the proper sanitary products to be able to go to school. Thank you very much. Having said that, I wish to extend the greetings of Naana to all of you. I spoke to her yesterday and I told her we're going to miss her at this event because this is a program that is very dear to her. She said to say hello to all of you and to say she's recuperating and catching a bit of rest. She's very well, and that soon she will join us, to continue to prosecute the reset agenda.
Today we are here once again to celebrate what I would describe as an enduring legacy of John Dramani Mahama. And I begin noting, those of you who are students of history, so you can begin writing, that forever it will be part of Ghana's history that it was under John Mahama's reign and tenure that Ghana got its first ever female vice president. A reflection of his faith, unwavering faith and belief in the potential of the girl and the woman demonstrated. Then today again, the making of history. I'm sure again I can say I'm parallel that it will go into our history that no president under the Fourth Republic, if I want, I can extend it under since independence. But I'll narrow myself so that Deputy Leader tomorrow, when he asks for budget support, I don't suffer in the corridors of Parliament. But at least, no president in our living history would have been said that he prioritized women's mental and hygienic health after today's ceremony than Excellency John Dramani Mahama. A historical fact. So mine today is to introduce him, but before I go into that, I have the permission of Mr. President as he's addressing. A number of you here are teachers. One of your major concerns the President just referred to me is that in his campaign rounds, many of you who are Deputy Director Generals of Education suffer to hold the ladder above you to become directors because of the unavailability of office space. President John Dramani Mahama has directed the GES and the Ministry of Education that henceforth all those deputy directors be given their legitimate promotion, but accept that even without offices, we will still serve the GES in the capacity of directors. Accordingly, a decision of his legacy as President of the Republic of Ghana.
Yo ebusiafo ya kwakotie ensem no aba me gidi se utie ni ye pa ubetimi eja comments no ama me ewo comment section na mejebore akenkan ni nyina ede amo ansa na medesa edition beba ewie na ebusiafo me sure se na first time hwe me ewo channel we so a ebusiafo subscribe na hit notification bell no efa mama for more and quick updates after remember we fi se obe like na wasan share ye videos ni nyina amaye aha Ghana tips so mo amodofo snowing ni sisi ade